What's up, guys? So a lot of crazy shit seems to happen around me, and that makes me believe that it's my fault. This story is my fault. I'm always playing the risk to reward. I kind of push the risk envelope a little bit too far, and it fucks me sometimes, but it's also worked in my benefit for most of my life. So this story is no different. I won an excavator at auction, a 55,000 pound Volvo 240 excavator to use up here at my land and to help fix this pond up and clean it up. But in this auction, it was on proxy bid, and the proxy bid website went down, and I did not want to lose my bid. I called up the auction company and they said, hey, go to this site, make an account. So I did that, and that account was shared. It was just shared. We'll just leave it at that. And I won one lot, and I asked the auction company, please split the invoice. So they did split the invoice. The other invoice was not paid for. I wired $43,000, give or take, to the auction company, paid for my excavator in full, and I sent Kleiss equipment to pick it up, and they were turned away. The auction company said that I had to pay for the other lot as well. So I involved my attorneys and everything. We went and we actually fixed the excavator, got it running and everything like that, because it didn't start when we got there. And we went back to pick it up, and they sent the shipper away. I went back myself to look at it. I was like, dude, this is pissing me off. They're not gonna let me get the excavator. I'm gonna get in the fucking thing and drive it out to the road, and then I'll have the shipping company come, and then they can sue me for the other part. So, like, if you get down to the civil level, I understand, yes, we could have lost and we could have been forced to pay for the other lot that was won. And if it had gone to court and I lost, I would have paid it, whatever. I would have just flipped the other item. But they were holding my excavator, which I was convinced was some form of like extortion or grand larceny or something. They wouldn't refund the wire. They wouldn't send it back. They wouldn't do nothing. So they had my money, they had the excavator, and they even took the excavator and they hid it from us. And we did not know where it was, but yesterday, Molly found a few addresses linked to the owner of the auction company. They weren't in his name, but she was a little detective on this. And we went, and it was at the second property. It was a random farm. We drove behind the farm. I hopped in the excavator. The key was in it. We dropped the tracker in it too, just in case. And I was gonna call the shipping company right then and ship it out. But in this time, I had actually filed a report with the sheriff's office, and the sheriffs, they were on the fence, like, was this grand larceny or not? And essentially what the sheriffs told me was, if this was an individual that I had purchased something from and they said, hey, you owe money for something else, we can't release this, that's illegal. They would have went to jail. But because it was a corporation, they didn't want to do anything about it, and they just said it's civil. So I called the sheriff again when I was there. I was like, dude, I found it. Can I pick it up? It's mine. I have a receipt stating I paid for it in full. Here's the serial numbers, they match and everything.
It did say low
and he's like, no. I was like, well, what if I just take it right now? He's like, then you're gonna go to jail.
And it didn't pop up.
So we had a court case pending with my attorney, Anthony Galley, and he was kicking ass on it, doing really well. We were about to file it. And I think what would have happened in the end is that it would have been decided that they cannot hold the excavator in lieu of payment for the second lot. So we probably would have won that, but it would have been months and months and months, and I need the excavator now, so I fucking paid for the other lot. It was only $5,000, and it actually kind of works out because it is a road grader, and this is a very large property, and it's an old logging property. It's very, very large. I'm not gonna say the exact size, but it's pretty big, and there's miles of roads back here. This has been logged for over 100 years and managed as a logging property. So we're gonna run through, we're gonna clean up the roads. Thankfully, there's no big ruts or anything. All the roads are solid because it was owned by a timber company and it wasn't just logged by someone that wanted to make money off their land. They brought in a lot of stone and the roads are pretty solid. but the middles have built up a little bit, but nothing that the grader can't take care of. So it's gonna work out. These roads will get fixed up, and I got my excavator now. I'm really happy about it. It's yeah, it's gonna be great for us. We're gonna be able to clean up all this shit out of these ponds,
And then these
just from the edges.
weird to jump.
And we're gonna be able to do a lot more with it.
Run positive to negative.
So this is the thing that we didn't want to buy, but we ended up buying it anyways to get the excavator. It's a road grader, which we'll get some use out of it. We need to make sure that it will start and drive, so that way the shipper can come here and they can load it up, no problem.
To start.
Is that shut off switch on or something?
Oh, shit.
What the hell?
Hold on. Hit some starting fluid up.